Howdy Compo Crew. In this video, I'm going to be going through the unboxing of Cuddy 2024 edition with all the extra bells and whistles we've put into him. So stay tuned. So first thing you want to do is take your Cuddy out of his box, remove all the tape and the packaging, and then we're going to open him up. Inside you can see the solids bin and the bottle, and inside the solids bin you'll have the carbon filter and the mystery bag of accessories. Make sure there's no tape on the plates, keeping them secure while Cuddy's in transport. Before we get started, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a 9-volt battery, a Phillips No. 2 screwdriver, and a block of Coco coir or a medium of your choice. Let's jump in. Be careful with the bag because it's very handy. If it's got any tape on it, carefully remove it. This is actually a very useful hydration bag for the substrate if you're hydrating Coco coir and keeping it safe while you're traveling around. Inside, there are googly eyes, a vent plug, a fly screen, a power cable, and a solid bottle cap. Most importantly, the googly eyes are ready to be affixed to Cuddy to cheer you up every morning. Next, we're going to turn Cuddy around. The vent plug is a new addition. Not everybody will need this, but in Australia it's very popular to vent your Cuddy externally when you're outside and then plug him up when you're traveling. That would just pop over the vent just like that. New for 2024, Cuddy's power cord is stretchy as standard because it's just better. So many of you were installing it under a bench seat. You said, well, I needed to pull out. So we listened to you, and now this is the standard feature. You're going to want to wire this to your van's battery with a low amp, probably 1 amp fuse. Cuddy only needs 0.1 watts of power, and the power will then connect just into there. Also in the bag, as standard, is a fly screen. If you're venting externally, again, you want to install this over the vent in the back of Cuddy. There's a separate video for that to keep all the insects out of your compost loo. And lastly, there is a solid bottle cap if anybody needs to have a second bottle or needs to carry their urine bottle a long distance from their van. You can replace the valve with this. Next up, let's install the battery. Lift up the seat, and here you can see the new sensor for 2024, which replaces the springs. The battery compartment here, same idea as before. Take a Phillips screwdriver, remove the screws, it can be tricky to get this off, so you might need a flat screwdriver for this. Take your battery, connect it up, and then replace the cover. The squishy side goes inside. Next, we're going to want to test that it's all working before we fill up the urine bottle and have an overflow situation. Remove the bottle, and you'll notice there are no screws for 2024, but inside there's a little float. There's still the valve and the retaining ring to keep all the smells and splashes inside, as well as where we empty it with a little screw cap, like so. To test that Cuddy's light is working, you're going to want to invert the bottle and hear the float clunk, and then hold it in the middle beside the sensor, and you'll see the light come on. And now I'm going to turn it around and show you. Magic. Next, we're going to remove the carbon filter from the agitator shaft. It might be taped, so pick it apart. Remove the packaging. And then carefully remove this from the bag because you don't want to get the activated carbon on your hands. It's very messy, and if you get on Cuddy, it's really hard to clean off. So this is now Cuddy's carbon filter. Keep this safe. Cuddy ships with the solids bin locked in place with the legs pointing up. So to remove it, pull the handle forward, turn it 180 degrees, and then you can easily remove the solids bin. Here you can see the key that drives Cuddy's agitator and how it would be locked when it's inverted. Next, take your carbon filter and pop it inside beside the fan. Now it's time to add some Coco coir or another substrate to the solids bin before first using it. If you're using Coco coir, take your brick and place it inside the hydration bag, and then add 4 to 5 litres of water, seal up the bag, and hey presto, your Coco coir will swell up and be ready to use. Pour it into the bin. And then seal up the bag, and you can store the rest for later. You're going to want to cover the ends of the legs of the agitator by about 1 inch, and then put it back in Cuddy. The handle can either go on top of the bottle or behind the bottle, which I find more convenient because you'll be emptying the urine more frequently than the solids. And you're good to go. If you have any questions, comments or suggestions, reach out to us and we'll be happy to help. Cheers, Compo Crew.